Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 18, Week 6, Day 3. So today, our main goal, I got a couple main goals. We are going to be getting the brand new troop that came out technically this Monday, though if you buy the 50 gem per day thing, you would end up having it by today. So we'll be getting that through the May event and see what we can ultimately do. For the most part, I personally feel like it will not end up being worth using. There are better fair options out there. Still Queen of Tanya, by the way. As well as just better ways to do like a life attack buff. There's also better ways to do mana accumulation. Biggest issue with her is it feels like she has way too high of a mana cost relative to what she will ultimately end up doing. Like even at 17 or 16, I still feel like it might still be too high. Her ability is interesting. I just don't feel like it's going to be a good enough chance to really fully utilize it. Like when it does happen, it's going to be nice. And if it happens like turn to turn, it's going to be really good. But I don't know, it's just going to be way too inconsistent. You know, on average, we'll have to wait 4 turns and everything. I don't know. We'll see what it can do ultimately and go from there. The other thing I want to go focus on, though I'm not sure if we're fully going to finish today, but I do want to hit, if we can, 5.7k. So that we can go into the full boost for tomorrow. So that's going to be the game plan. So tomorrow's going to be a really long stream if we actually will be streaming. We should be streaming at normal time tomorrow. There is a small chance it will be later and or not streamed. But hopefully we will. And if it is, it's going to be quite a bit of a longer stream, so we'll go from there. That or we could just save Underspire for like Friday, but gosh. Imagine saving the entirety of Underspire till then, which reminds me. Since we're not touching it today, let's stack even more torches. I don't think we've ever stalled it that long, though. If we did stall all the way to Friday. But honestly, maybe we will. I think I might do that. I think we'll run the PvP tomorrow. And then run Underspire on Friday. And the reason being is we have no event this week for Gems of War. There's no event. As in, aka we have Arena event. So there's no event this weekend. Do we have the thingy for it? Where's the calendar that says we have no event this weekend? There it is. It says right there that we have no event in 1 day and 6 hours from now. So, yeah, we could just do Underspire all weekend. Because Arena's going to take us, like, what, 10 minutes? We're just going to do one run to get the gem keys real quick. So, yeah, I think that will be the game plan then. So, we'll get the troop and finish out the 1 hour thingy for, or, you know, getting to that point for PvP. Then tomorrow we'll claim the 1 hour PvP and just do class event, all that good stuff. And then on Friday, we'll go do Underspire and go from there. Anyways, with that being said, where should we start? Let's start with the new troop. Start all the way from the top. And let's go get this done. So, of course, we'll buy our 50 gem thingy, as we have been. And, yeah, let's go earn this new troop. Still running Box Strider, Stellarix, Wand, all that. Anyways, let me go fix this so I can see chat. Hello, everyone! Hello, Mark! Hello, yeah! Hello, Draco! Hello, William! Hello, Miss Insanewitch. Hello, Keycolier. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Frank. Let's see. What's the boost you would get tomorrow from finishing the last part of PvP? Well, we're going to be saving that boost for... Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, we would be saving it for tomorrow. But the boost I'm talking about is the 1 hour golden soul boost. You can use it anywhere. I personally just use it in PvP. The reason I used it in PvP is, for one, it was glitched initially to only work in PvP, even though it was supposed to work everywhere. But the reason I mostly do it is it gives us incentive to actually do an extra hour of PvP every week. And doing an extra hour of PvP every week is enough to make a high position. Like last week, it was enough. Well, I still did a little bit extra battles for like an hour on top of that hour near the end. But it's normally enough to make top position on bracket. So that you get 90, 100, or 120 of those gold mark thingies. And that's the main reason why I do it, even though we get less gold and souls overall from doing it in something like PvP instead of Explore. We're doing more PvP just naturally that way. And in doing so, we're getting more gold marks. And in getting more gold marks, we're effectively getting more value as we are getting those deed book thingies. Or, you know, gold marks that go to the deed books. Or whatever they go to next patch, we don't really know. They're actually reworking what you can use silver and gold marks for, as well as likely adding platinum marks or whatever they're going to be called. So we don't currently know exactly what they'll be used for. Obviously, we know what they're currently used for, but that will change slightly next patch in ways we do not currently know. There's hello, Cookie. Hello, Frank. Hello, Chad. Hello, Genki. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, I've been on a water brand taste testing spree as far as different brands. And so far, I gotta say, Icelandic is probably the best. In all of my water taste testing so far. As I'm trying to find a different brand of water to start buying. Even if it's slightly more expensive. But so far I've landed on Icelandic, though I'm still trying some. But Icelandic has been the best one so far. Hello, Supernova. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's out of water already. Alright, there we go. And now we can go mess with the troop. Okay, I didn't really pre-think of what to build this with, so we're just gonna build something. I don't really, like, preemptively have a team in mind. We're just gonna go with it and see how it goes. But of course, her main gimmick is his final trait. I just hate that it's so inconsistent, and that it doesn't do 4. I wish it did 4. 30% with 4 would be fine. 30% with 3 I feel like it's gonna be a little too little. I forgot, we actually have to use a thingy on her, don't we? Fine, we'll go waste a blue orb. Oh yeah, speaking of wasting blue orb, I actually wasted a blue orb earlier, earlier on Monday. Because I was recording in the middle, I was only like half thinking. And I accidentally blue orbed the glory troop. I think that's the first time in the history of this game I've ever bothered doing that. I accidentally upgraded the glory troop with a blue orb. Which of course can be upgraded for free pretty easily. And I already grabbed all the copies to do so. So I'm not sure how or why that happened. But it did. Also, where does this troop go? I hate that it moves it. Like, I can level this right now. But it doesn't show that I can level it right now. There's one weird thing that happened when they switched how the leveling system works, the upgrade system. Anyways, where are we? We can find this troop. I already forget her name. Was she called the May Queen or something? Was she actually called the May Queen? Or was that the event? No, she was not called the May Queen. That would have been the event. I don't know. What's she called? Fairy Fire. There's only so many things that can have it. Though the problem is, everything with burning thing has Fairy Fire immunity. So everything has the word Fairy Fire in it. Fairy Fire Gem? What is that even called? Is that actually a thing? Apparently it is. Give me that. Also, thank you, Isabel, for the 5 gifted membership things. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And Frank Coopster, Minnie, and Mark, and everyone else ends up getting it. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, anyways, where were we? Let me go replace out this journey team. We're not going to need that. Alright, so we do have multiple copies of her if we want to go with more than one, and honestly, I do. I'm actually tempted to go, like, multiple. The problem is her ability does not synergize well with the enemy team being fairy fired. What if we did this with, like, a Stellarix and, we're going, a weird route. I want to see something. If we're going to get value from this, we're going to get as much value as we can. So I'm going to go a weird, Stellarix, hope she fairy fires immediately into Leprechaun. And see if that works out for us. I think this will. Obviously, we're risking the thing at first slot, but it doesn't really matter too much. Let's go a nice solid double green. Hero class will not matter. We'll spring it to a normal PvP, or not PvP, but to a normal battle over here. Alright, let's see what this does. Ideally, she'll create her 3 right here, because there's 2 of them, 2 30%. Of course, she does not trigger either the 2 30%, as is expected. We'll try it again. 2 turns in. That is what she does, right? 30% chance to create 3 Fairy Fire gems when my turn begins. Maybe she just forgot. Let's give it her a 3rd time. Okay, maybe she just forgot 3 times in a row. There we go. Alright. So the premise of what we're trying to do here is, of course, Fairy Fire gems are green. And Leprechaun explodes all greens. So we'll do that. Do that. Oh, wait. When you do multiple at once, they can still refire at the same enemy. I always thought they would do separate ones. Oh no, that's not ideal. Yeah, they can retarget an already existing fair fired enemy. Or, you know, one that's already been targeted when you do multiple at once. Yeah, that's the premise we're trying to go for here. We're basically trying to do a Stellaryx build where we get free fairy fire. So it's basically Stellaryx with 50% more damage. The problem is with 230% we are still missing substantially. There we go, finally. Oh, we already have the Stellaryx, so we'll just go straight for it. Somehow after 9 fairy fire gems, not all of them are fairy fired yet. There we go. Yeah, it's basically a Stellaryx build with fairy fire for free. Hey, we got an Anu from that, not too bad. Been kind of slacking on the explore grind for those tokens, but another one for the pile. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just so situational, I'm not really sure when you're going to bring her out. But like this right here is doing okay. Like free fairy fire on top of it. Ah, you gave it to everyone else, you want a refund? Ah! That's funny. Not everyone else isn't everyone else, but everyone else is in Mr. Z called everyone else. Or Lester, whoever it is these days. I don't remember. I think it's Mr. Z. So hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome. I don't know. This troop's not bad. Obviously, you notice I'm not using her for her ability. Her ability is honestly pretty underwhelming. However, I do want to test something with it. I assume this does 4 destroys. 2 rows and 2 columns. But I haven't actually double-checked this yet, so let me go see. But I would assume that is what it does based on how it's worded and everything. So this should destroy 2 columns and 2 rows. It destroys 1 column and 1 row. Really? Why is our mana cost so high then? Alright, let me watch this in slow motion. Why on earth is our mana cost 1.5 billion then? Oh, no. It is doing 2 and 2. Okay. Wait, can they hit the same row then? Why did it look like the other one was 1 and 1? Alright, okay. So it does seem to be doing double row, double column then. Right. Alright, let me see it again. Yeah, it is. Okay. So it is doing what we think it would do. That's still, unfortunately, a low amount of mana accumulation relative to, like, destroy whole board. I'm not sure why they gave her such a high mana cost. But yeah, you're never really using her ability. If you're putting her on our team, you're doing it purely because you want fair fire without doing anything. In order to feed into Stellaryx or anything else. It allows you to hit 50% more on all the things. The big issue with that, though, is she doesn't do 4 fair fire gems. So you can't really do it for a full set. I guess 2 of them if they trigger at once, but then you have to trigger 230% simultaneously. Which is like, what, a little worse than 1 in 9? Like 1 in 10 battles, you'll actually start with a board where you can fair fire the entire enemy team. And even then, that's not even guaranteed in that 1 in 10 chance. Because all the fair fires can clump onto the same units. Yeah, I'm not really sure if she's worth using. Unless you just really wanted passive fair fire on your team. That or you're in a restriction where you have to use her like Bright Forest. It's just really inconsistent. We have a lot of battles where we're going like 2 or 3 turns without even seeing her create one. And we have 2 of them on the team. There we go. We finally got a double. Oh, good. We did actually get exactly what she's supposed to do. So we got double Fairy Fire spawn. So she'll do this about 1 in 10 battles. So we got double Fairy Fire spawn. We then use those 6 gems to Fairy Fire the entire enemy team. And ideally, this would be enough to one-shot your enemy team. Though in this case, I think it's still going to be a 2-shot. So we're actually in a mode right now where Fairy Fire doesn't even make us win any quicker. But pretend it did. Pretend they all died in 1 shot. If it was like PvP, I think it might. Like, it depends if they have spell reduction and everything. But, yeah, it's okay. I just don't really say much of a use case for her. She's not bad. She's just so utility situational that it's almost never going to get used. But she is usable. That's a nice alternative to Fairfire if you don't want to keep using Queen Titania. Or anything similar. But Queen Titania and such are still way more consistent. But anyways, that's the new legend. I wouldn't say it's disappointing. Because it does basically exactly what you think it would do. Especially words a little bit better. But it's definitely still usable. Alright, with that out of the way. What next? I don't know, where should we go? Let's go to Journey event. Did we even do Journey yesterday? Yes, we did. Oh, so gosh, I just downed that whole water. I kind of need another one already. I'm already thirsty and I have no other water. Okay, I'll be back in a second. It didn't help that I ate like right before this stream without drinking anything, so now I'm like extra thirsty. I'll be back in like 1 minute. I didn't realize there wasn't any more cold ones in the fridge, so I'm just having a soda. I've been doing pretty good at cutting back on sodas again, but they are still my source of caffeine. That's something I still need to fix. Need to get back to teas. Or some other alternative source. I just feel like we'll need some caffeine tonight. I'm still trying to finish out all the Mountain Dews I got earlier. Because I ended up going on like a Mountain Dew taste testing spree. And I still have several left. Not several cases, but like several cans left. So I've slowly been chipping through them. But I haven't been buying any more soda since. Actually ended up having a bunch of seafood earlier. Celebrating my mom's birthday a little early. And the person who's been living with us, they when they went out, they just brought back like a ton of seafood for all of us. I'm not sure from where. But it was pretty good. She crab soup, crab cake, stuff like that. Which I'll probably be eating some more after the stream. Because he ended up picking up a lot. I will take that, take that. Oh, they're all barriered. That's a problem. We don't really have good anti-barrier on this team, do we? We don't really have like an anti-barrier path anywhere here. At least not conveniently. Incoming food coma? No. I haven't overate. Generally speaking, I don't really overeat on seafood. I feel like seafood's a hard thing to overeat on. As I'm personally not a fan of consuming like absurdly high amounts of fish. Like I'll definitely eat a pretty wide variety of fish. But it's not something I would generally overeat on. Also, what's going on in this battle? Who's barrier spamming? We need to get rid of this guy. Kind of forgot he's this annoying. In a normal team context, you would never use him. But in the context of something that can physically do barrier against a team that doesn't have good barrier removal, he's really annoying. In all fairness, most of these battles are going to go to max capacity anyways. This one taking forever isn't that big a deal. I was hello, Nightmare. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Nice, we actually land the extra turn there. Okay, that's not barrier, it's just blessed. So we can go for the hit into the hit. Oh, you only have 9 attack left? Wait, when did that happen? When on earth did that happen? Also, we have more sigils than what we started with. I was gonna say, I'm not sure why I'm hitting him first, but he actually does have a boost ratio that's kind of annoying. I was wondering why my magic is lower. I keep forgetting. We keep getting like 1 billion magic off of this thing. I was wondering where all that extra damage came from. Okay, we're getting 2 magic per extra turn. Even more if we had multiple. It does stack, so if you have 2, it's 4. If you have 3, it's 6. Isabel's trying bribery now? Wait, what was she trying to bribe us with? To go play Palia? Or to not play Palia? I'm not sure which way she's bribing us these days. Wait, come on, please. Law of mana accumulation. Nice, exactly what we wanted. Hello, Draco! Welcome, welcome. Oh, never mind, you were saying hi to Genki. Alright, we're still doing plate up this Saturday. I'll probably start a little bit before we actually start, because I'm pretty sure we're still starting at noon. Because I kind of want to show some single player. I was going to this week, but then I got busy yesterday. And today. And tomorrow I got the dentist appointment thing. And Friday I technically could, but I won't have as much time. So at that point I'll probably just wait till Saturday. Like I probably have enough time on Friday to do like 4 or 6 hours later in the day. But it's already so close to when we're doing the other stream, we might as well just do it Saturday morning. Before we start the co-op portion of the stream. That's not the direction I wanted. I don't know, single player plate up honestly is pretty fun. I've only tried it for like a couple hours or so. But for my experience with it, it's actually a ton of fun. Also, anytime you lose is always your own fault, which is nice. Whereas in the co-op, it's actually kind of hard to tell sometimes whose fault it really is. If not collectively everyone's fault. Have I tried combining anything in the warehouse? No, I haven't even used a single one of those crate buffs yet. I think I have like a dozen of them just sitting there. I didn't even realize you could combine them. But I didn't bother using any. That's me in like every game though with consumables. Anytime there's ever a limited consumable, especially if I don't know how to get more of it. But anytime there's ever a limited consumable in any game ever, all it does is just get stockpiled forever. Because you never really know until later in the game the optimal time to do so. And generally by the time you're at the point where you have a full understanding of the optimal time to use power-ups, you're already far enough in the game where you either don't need the power-ups or you basically have completed the game and no longer need the power-ups. So yeah, that tends to happen a lot. Consumables are really weird in games. Because they're really hard to balance in a way that actually encourages people to use them immediately. And or at all. I do have to say, Slay the Spire in recent games I've played, even though it's not that recent, like a couple years ago when we did that. But I feel like a Slay the Spire balance consumables pretty well with how the potions worked. It's a consumable type that's kind of been in games before, but the way that it's balanced in Slay the Spire actually made it so you had to use them, basically. Like, you were essentially forced to, based on difficulty, to have to use your potions to not die. You feel like you're being bullied again? Come on, extra turn. Oh, what am I saying? It's guaranteed. There's few enough reds that it was 100% chance. Also, why did I target you? I should have went for the other thing. Because I would have gotten Dawnbringer kill there anyways. Also, I'm not looking forward to going to the dentist tomorrow. Gosh, honestly, I hate dental work so much. And I've had so much of it done this year, too. I feel like every single month I've just been getting dental work, it feels like. Luckily, it should be over by this month. Or very early next month. It's gonna be like half a year straight of just like dental work here and there. Some of it recently is trying to fix some of the incorrect things that was done last time, though. Because they had some kind of AI program thingy read the x-rays. And it got a couple things wrong, and now they're just fixing those few things. We're also doing some of the correct things that should have been done in the first place. It's a whole mess. Luckily, I'm not being charged, I think, a single cent the next time I'm going. There's a lot of it just fixing the issues that they basically caused. So most of the work I still need to get done is almost free. I think there's like one other thing I still need to pay for. That could still be like almost 1,000 or something. Also, I still need to get the one tooth removed. I'm not sure how much that is. One of my tooth ended up getting chipped like a couple years ago. And it's beyond saving. Oh, it's gonna have to get pulled. Oh, it should be the first tooth I ever get pulled. You know, of your like normal teeth, not counting baby teeth or anything. Oh, did we lose no points there? Nice. Also, hello, Lester, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. You think everyone hates dental too? Yeah. It's definitely not a fun experience. Oh, we're diseased on everything. That's kind of annoying. Disease is one of those mechanics that's so weak, yet so annoying. I honestly hate it more than silence. Even though it's weaker than silence. But silence can actually be weaker than it in the context of if your entire team is diseased, is more effective than if half your team is silenced. Because if half your team is silenced and you're still able to mana accumulate onto them, it's like nothing is silenced. It's just your mana is going to a different location, but you're still getting the full amount. The problem with your entire team being diseased is that basically all mana you're getting is just getting half cut. Even though you can still get mana. Like, being 4 times silenced is definitely way worse than 4 times disease. But being double silenced is not as bad as being 4 times diseased. I was gonna go for it, even though I could take the blue. Ah, we didn't get it. Fortunate. Hoping for the extra turn poke. I feel like a lot of these battles we're losing a lot of points. We're reaching a point where we kind of can't help it. Yeah, look, we're almost done already. That's so nice. 40,000 less points is pretty solid there. I just wish they would make the journey trip a little bit better. Both for the context of journey events and outside the context. Okay, we did a little sloppy. We were actually ahead of Coopster the other day. And now we're behind by like 50 points. So that means we did substantially worse today. Because we were like a couple hundred up yesterday. And now we're like 50 down. Which means we were like multiple hundreds down today. So not ideal, but still pretty close. So only point of reference. I'm not sure why not too many other people are near us. Because that looks like a battle lost there or something. That's scoring quite a bit less. Oh, there's someone else at 58, but they did way, way less. Oh gosh. That's like 400 down compared to where we were. Interesting. We have such a wide range. Anyways, also El Loco's killing it again. Should we go give him gems again? Oh, no, I'm running low on those gem thingies. How many do I even have these days? Oh no, he knows he's contributing well. Just want to check. How do you check, where's the menu where you check guild gift thingies? Why is it so hard to find this? Shiny food, pet food, ingots, forge scrolls, trait stones. Am I going crazy? Where are they hiding this resource these days? There it is, 14. Found it. Give the gems, fine. We'll give them one set of gems. I always forget to claim my seals every week. There we go. Where is he? El Loco. Oh, I saw he was a higher level than this, to be honest. It feels like he grinds like crazy. Like, he's a higher level than us, but, I always thought he was, like, over 2,000 already. But he's around where our level is. Oh, I haven't contributed gold this week. Apparently I should go do that. You know what? We'll even do an extra million because of that. Oh, you know why I probably didn't? I probably didn't have that much gold at the beginning of the week. I just forgot to because if I can't do it before the end of Monday video, I feel like I always forget to. But there we go. Alright, nothing too good. Honestly, we did pretty bad there as far as overall loot. But oh well. Oh wait, are we capped out on XP boosters? Oh, I actually have to use one tonight then. And we'll use the rest when we do PvP tomorrow. Oh, we actually gotta go do Adventure Board today. Only one of them's good though. How about being Jinx in disease? Honestly, Jinx doesn't do that much these days. Jinx used to be a lot more powerful back in the day when there was a lot less ways to mana accumulate. But nowadays, you're very rarely ever taking a 3. Like, you still are here and there. But nowhere as near to the degree when Jinx was first created. But the only thing Jinx does is make it so you have less of a chance to surge when you take 3 pairs. Or, you know, a pair of 3. Has no effect on 4 times, 5 times, mass destroying, special gems, stuff like that. So there's a lot of context these days where it just does nothing. You also have to keep in mind, it's having your mastery rate, not your actual percent chance. So for example, my percent chances right now are basically 66%. However, Jinx does not make it go from 66% to 50%. What it's doing is actually making our mastery number go down by half. And making that go down by half is bringing our 66% to like 55%. So it's doing so absurdly little. That's one issue Jinx had when they started increasing the level cap beyond 1,000. Though even before that, it was kind of falling off. But mastery is so high these days that Jinx does basically nothing. You need double Jinx to even feel any Jinx. And you need triple Jinx to even make it do something substantial. So there's currently no triple Jinx team that really works. There used to be, back when Famine had Jinx, it used to be really popular to run double Famine. But they actually removed it from him. And I wish they would kind of add it back. Because they got rid of one of the biggest gimmicks you could even do with Famine. Which was, you know, double or triple Jinx teams. Or simply just using 2 of him was double Jinx, and if you put it with another, it was triple. It was really powerful. So much so they nerfed it into the ground. As well as nerfed his ability. As well as added mana drain immunity. Which didn't exist at the time. But yeah, he really overtook the meta at one point. But nowadays is barely ever usable. Alright, let's go check out dungeon. Oh, guess the door today? Nah, we got death marked. And fired. Boo. This is not too bad. Out of all the effects that we could be hit with, that's not the worst. Like, realistically, death mark can be really bad. But if you get death marked, we just restart. Better hope one of our billion other damage sources can take over. Whereas silence, like, it's not really a restart situation. You just have to wait like 3 turns before you can do anything. Which actually delays it more than simply dying on a troop. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, next order of business. What do we still have left? Because we're skipping Underspire today. Pet Rescue I don't need. Alright, by the way, if any of you need Giant Pet, he's available all day. Still got 6 hours left. Of course, we already have him maxed. Wait, is PvP the only thing we have left already? Though, in all fairness, we do have to do a lot of PvP to stream. Or maybe not. Well, yes we do, but you know, it's only gonna take like half an hour, not even. Or maybe half an hour. Yeah, let's go start getting into it. Okay, let's go into our code then. We'll hand out a redeem code and then start on the PvP grind then. Because that's the only other big grind we still have. I just want to start some Underspire, but at this point, I think I'm just going to save it for the weekend. Because we have no event this weekend, so we'll just make it a Underspire weekend. Instead of an arena weekend. We'll still do one arena on Friday, though. What happened if the board is full of gargoyle gems? It mana drains everything and shuffles the board into a new one. They actually added that mechanic, several patches ago. I want to say like 5 patches ago. Even more. But it did that a couple years ago. It's actually the annoying mechanic that was in the original Puzzle Quest games. Like Puzzle Quest 1 and 2. But basically what happens is that the board is completely locked up with no moves left. Because of, you know, blocked gems and everything else. It'll completely reset the board and mana drain every single thing in play. And I believe that mana drain actually hits through mana drain immunity as well. I don't remember if it does or doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it does. It's like a pure mana drain. Or even if you have immune, you still get drained. Let's see. Luckily, it's not as easy to trigger in Gems of War as it was in the original Puzzle Quest games. Like, you have to actively try to do it in Gems of War for it to occur. Alright, let's go do some PvP. So, main goal right now, get to 5.7k. So that tomorrow we can go claim our hour boost. Oh, we do have access to green. I'm not going to do it, but we do have access to it. I know, realistically I should. It gives you more VP. But I really can't be bothered. 50% more stats in PvP is so annoying in the current meta. Like, even in any context, it's kind of annoying if you have to deal with something with 50% more durability. But the biggest issue is 50% more magic on them is very scary. Like, you miss once with Stellarix, you might as well just click the retreat button. Because you are so dead. I have no problem for the code. Enjoy. But as long as you have like 70% or higher win rate in the Blood Frenzied location, it is still more VP per hour than running Central. But Central is better for our sanity, so we just run Central. It's slower, but it keeps motivation higher, which effectively makes us farm more. So it's less points per hour, but it makes us actually want to do PvP. And not want to, like, immediately hit the exit button. Yeah, I highly advise doing Central Spire. It's basically just free value these days. The reason it wasn't as good to do before was because all the outer rings were, you know, weaker teams. But now that everywhere is annoying teams, Central Spire actually becomes the easiest location then. It also has the widest variety, which gives you the chance of seeing some really weak teams. Or at least weaker on average. Also, Outer Ring is basically unplayable these days. Even if you have, like, the absolute best meta that you could possibly run for every category. Like, let's say it's, like, an Orc restriction, you have, like, 4 Eye of Argus. Even in those situations, it's still not even worth it. It's just that annoying in the current state of the game. Like, I haven't bothered doing a single silver mark grind in, like, over a month now since they've changed it. It's just too annoying to bother. The rate of getting them is also just glazily slow now, too. Alright, what's going on in this battle? They're basically dead and somehow killing us. There we go. Luckily, once Stellarix dies on this team, we have an entire team behind it that can go win. When's our next co-op with Isabel and the others? We're going to be doing that this Saturday. We're going to be doing Plate Up again. I'm also going to do a little bit of single player before we start it. I'm probably going to start at 10 or whenever I wake up. Start with a little bit of single player, and then at noon we'll be starting the co-op. Noon Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, that'll be this Saturday. You got your friend to try gems. Also, hello, Beer Razor. Joined guild. He's currently level 29. Doing really well as team troops. With Scythe, Warden, Tyree, and Dark Maiden. It was Zolkari. Nice. Yeah, getting that level up and going into like a Mang build is probably his good main path. Also, getting Forest of Thorns done for Rowain. I see he has the Tyree from Zolkari. But Rowain, even early on in the game, especially if you can get some guard tokens from Explore. Like, one single guard token for Rowain is 16 extra damage. Which in early game is, like, wiping an entire team amount of damage almost. Especially if you get all 3. Because that is 24 extra armor, which is 48 extra damage, which is effectively 12 extra damage per enemy. Or even more if there's less than 4 enemies. You're in the mid-50s right now on mobile. Nice. Yeah, I've still been playing the mobile version here and there. I normally do it on Vault weekends, because mashing through the Dust Devil team is just really chill on mobile. When are we playing Orc Massage? No. Actually, next game we'll probably be playing that isn't Gems of War. Well, not counting Played Up, but you know, as far as new games that we haven't played yet. We're going to be playing the first ever Mario RPG. I think quite literally called Mario RPG. They did a remake of it last November, and I never got around to playing it. Because I think we were doing leaks for Old School RuneScape at the time. So it kind of just slipped in my mind, and then the holidays happened, and the New Year happened, and then, you know, it was kind of like way past our thought. But, yeah, we're finally going to be doing that sometime in the next week or 2. Because Thousand Year Doors remake is happening later this month. And I want to play the original Mario RPG before we play the best ever made Mario RPG. Yeah, we'll be doing both of those this month. Mario RPG in the next week or 2, and Thousand Year Door in near the end of the month when it actually releases. Which we'll probably do it on launch night as well. I might actually stay up for it if we don't have a Gems of War event the following day. That'll just start early in the day if we do. Actually, I could probably check ahead of time. We already know what date it's coming out, I think. But I forget what it is off the top of my head. Because unless it's subject to change, we already know the May calendar, of course. And from what I can tell, we have a bounty hunter that weekend? As long as it's not on the Vault weekend. But yeah, if that's a bounty hunter weekend, which I think it is, right there. I think it's right on that day. You go double check, but I'm pretty sure it's that day. Because if that is the case, yeah, bounty hunter's fine. Bounty hunter's really quick these days. Like, we can finish bounty hunter in a single stream if we really wanted to. But there's no video to cover on bounty hunter. So yeah, that night we'll probably start Thousand Year Door. I believe that's the night it's launching. I'll double check later. I'm pretty sure that's launch night. We haven't done a Nintendo launch night stream in a while. Yeah, I'll probably do like 10 plus hours or something. That's honestly one of my favorite few games of all time. I don't have like an exceptionally high amount of playtime, probably like a couple hundred hours in the game, like in the past. Though I think they've changed a couple things with the remake. I haven't really looked into it yet. But, yeah, it's a pretty good game. I'm not sure how well it's, like, stood up time-wise, because the game was made in, like, the early 2000s. But I would say from my childhood, it was definitely, like, in the top 5 games. Like, it was on the OG Animal Crossing level of amazingly good. There's a lot of bangers for the GameCube. It's actually kind of weird. I never realized the GameCube sold so few copies. Because the GameCube has some of the best games Nintendo has ever made in the history of their existence. Yet it's like their second worst selling console or something ever. Only behind the Wii U that sold negative copies. But I'm actually surprised how few GameCubes were sold. Relative to how insanely good the lineup of games for that thing was. Because honestly, I would say the GameCube was basically peak Nintendo. Because once they moved into the Wii, they kind of got into gimmick territory. Then Wii U was ultra gimmick territory. Then the Switch was kind of their lazy territory. Where, I don't know, like Switch games have been pretty hit or miss. I feel like a lot of them were really low effort. Like, if you look at the entire library of what they've released for the Switch. Like, there's some good games in there. But a lot of them are really low effort, like money turnarounds. on already existing franchises. He's working with a skull-based team for now for skull damage. Oh yeah, skull damage is really good early on in the game, before you have better cast damage. Once you start getting magic bonuses from kingdoms, like start getting level 5s, your magic damage does start to outpace your skull damage though. Yeah, it's a pretty common strategy early on in the game to actually go really skull-oriented. This is mostly due to not having good mana accumulators yet. So you tend to get a lot more value just from hitting a few skulls than you do from trying to mana accumulate. That's why Mang is so good to get early too. But you need to get a bunch of brown and red level ups to do. If you try rushing it, you can have it by level like 150 or lower. And it just makes skull spam teams even better to do. This allows you to scale throughout the entire game with skulls, which is really convenient early on in the game, since the main strategy early on is skull anyways. But eventually the cast meta comes around. The main thing stopping new players from doing so is your magic stat. Because magic getting higher makes Mass Destroyers better, but obviously it also makes every caster in the game better. But at lower magic levels, skulls actually are better. Especially when it's like static damage skulls, like Doom Skulls, which are a flat 5 damage regardless of what point you are within the game and stuff like that. The next step is to get them watching us. Also, gosh, we have to get Stellarix. Do I even try winning? Wait, I'm currently still submerged. This is actually very winnable. No! He took a skull! Well, it was winnable until we got a random 3-time skull from Sky. No way did we just RNG a 3-time skull when we didn't want one. That's really funny. I don't think I've ever died that way. I've died that way because I've hit a skull from Sky. I've never broken Submerge off of a triple skull from Sky, though. I've done it off a single skull, as in one falls into place in a location where it triggers a skull. But I don't think I've ever unsubmerged myself from a triple... a triple skull from Sky. There really isn't any way to avoid that. Like, there's no way to know that you would have gotten, like, a triple just sitting there. There's pretty much nothing you can do about that. Hey, that reminds me, did I even bother getting the magic buff? Oh yeah, I did. How many points are we up to? I don't want to overshoot. Alright, we still got a little ways. We got 1,700 more to go. Let's keep going. We do not stop PvP today until it says 5,700. Hey, thanks for a furry dude today channel icon. Honestly, I've been meaning to change the channel icon for a while. Though he's not wrong. Though I've been meaning to change that channel icon for forever. We'll probably do it around the time when we get all of our custom-made badges. I've been meaning to do forever. I'm just not sure what to change it to. We've had it for basically the entire channel's lifespan. It'd be kind of weird after 8 years to change it, but honestly, we probably should at some point. It just feels weird changing after so long. Hopefully Nintendo doesn't take a takedown for doing Mario RPG. Oh yeah, we're not silencing any of the music. And that game does have some pretty iconic soundtracks. Though I don't feel like they do. Because I feel like every third Nintendo video in existence uses the Geno theme. Like, that's honestly the only thing I even know about Mario RPG. I'm going in basically completely blind. The only thing I know is that Geno exists in the game. Everyone loves him. And everyone uses his theme for everything for some reason. And apparently it's not copywritten, otherwise they would all have been stricken down by now. But yeah, I cannot get that song out of my head. It's like one of those soundtracks where if you don't know what it is, you probably don't know what the reference is to. But then when you do, you realize, oh, it's been like everywhere. Oh, I did chat end up mentioning. I didn't see the comment to the comment. I'm getting buried in messages. Because I'm reading them too slow. Oh no, it's one of those mana drain teams. And he has Submerge. Honestly, this is a retreat. Like, we can win, but I don't want to bother. It's a lot more convenient just running here. But yeah, to the other thing, I was considering, completely rebranding the visuals on this channel. Because we've been using the same ones for like 7-8 years now. I've definitely been considering an overhaul around the time when we do the new icons and everything. Oh no, it does what it needs to do if we just keep it as is. But it basically hasn't been updated in a solid like 7 years. I would love to have a turn, please. One turn and we win. Oh, now if you 2 mana drain us, we won't. But that complicates things. Oh yeah, this game's graphics has changed like 4 times over in that 8-year period. Our thumbnail style has never really changed for Gems of War either. It's kind of funny because every single asset I use for my Gems of War thumbnail don't even exist in Gems of War anymore. Literally my whole thumbnail that I do for like every single video is composed entirely of assets that don't even exist in the game anymore. It's kind of funny. Because that like orange goldish background that we use as like the drop back for a lot of our thumbnails, that was like the old like background for the troop art thing. Then the blue thing was where they would put all the text. The icon in the bottom right of the event teams video, or you know, our Monday video, That was when they used to have the old event gem system that was completely replaced. And now is basically what the Legends Reborn event is like. Except with a different shop interface, but they basically reused the mechanic for that, just with different icons. Yeah, like every part of our thumbnail don't even use this. Even the Gems of War logo I use for most thumbnails, I actually use the old logo of Gems of War. I don't even use the recent one. The one that has like the blue sword and the blue gem thingy. Instead of the red fire gem, like the one we have in our thumbnails normally. Like aside from the troop art, every single thing in all of our thumbnails these days for Gems of War are things that don't even exist in game anymore. Like literally all of them don't, to any degree whatsoever, which is kind of funny. Because I used to compose the art style of the entire game. But now are just completely void anywheres in any way, shape, or form. To a degree, that I guess that does make the thumbnails look slightly more unique. I'm not sure how I would change your style, though. Because honestly, that thumbnail format is perfectly fine for me. We'll use it for the rest of time. If we have to. It gets the job done. That green prism in the bottom right, it existed for about a year or two. There used to be a weekly event system where I believe if you killed things of a corresponding color, you would get a ton of rewards. Basically, imagine what Legends Reborns are. Not Legends Reborns. What is that one? Yeah, Legends Reborns. Whatever one that you get 4 pets from. Like, imagine that system, but it wasn't money gated at all. There was just simply just a bunch of rewards there that you could earn for killing several hundred of a certain color in a given week. And these consisted of more copies of the Glory Troop, copies of whatever the Kingdom Epic is. So, for example, if it was something like Farce of Thorns, you would get copies of Rowan. You get copies of the Glory Troop. You would get like some solid resources, like a few other knickknacks throughout. But it's basically the exact same system that we have for Legends Reborn events, except all rewards were free. And it weren't pets, but a bunch of other stuff, because pets didn't even exist at the time. But then they reused that system for Legends Reborn. But Legends Reborn has a different icon every time instead of the same icon, like what that other event had. Yeah, that's what that one icon is. Yeah, technically it still exists to this day, just under a different format and a different name. But the OG version of it only lasted like a year or two. But it's still theoretically in the game now. It just works much differently, and it's called Legends Reborn now. But it's effectively the same system. Wouldn't be surprised if they copy-pasted like 2/3 the code from it. Because it's essentially the same. So what's with this double stellar XT? I think we've lost to it almost every time now. Despite it not being any stronger than a 1 stellar XT. Like, its chance to kill us isn't any higher, but it somehow has managed to do so, like, every time. Here's this double Stellarex team again. It's not even multiple people running it. It's just the same one over and over again. He's running Essentia, Leprechaun, double Stellarex. Which if he actually gets going means we auto die. But as long as he never gets going, it's really straightforward to kill it. Oh yeah, I saw your other comment. I just didn't make mention of it. The greedy thing. Yeah, I saw your comment. Yeah, they've definitely been trying to monetize more things here and there over the years. Well, that's pretty much free-to-play games in a nutshell. It's always an issue pretty much every free-to-play game tends to have. Is over time, you just have to keep monetizing it more and more. And it eventually gets out of hand. Luckily, a lot of monetization in Gems of War is just to skip time. There isn't much unique stuff you could buy with money in this game, which is actually a good thing. You can earn pretty much everything for free. You might have to wait like an extra month or a couple months longer. But pretty much everything is completely free-to-play earnable. And actually realistically doable too because of how Tribute works. So I would love to have even a single turn in PvP, that'd be great. The sad part is you don't even need anything good to infinite loop in this mode. Just run like double Truffle or double Beatrix from Underworld and you're good to go. You can have an infinite loop team ready to go. I guess that's more of a good thing than a bad thing though. But you can get an infinite loop team within your first few weeks of playing the game. Just throw all your Chaos Shards that you get from daily Underworld into Amethrax or the Hive, the Deep Hive. And just make a infinite Truffle or infinite Beatrix team, and you literally just won the whole game. It might take them a while to win sometimes, but they are some of the freest auto-win, easily accessible troops in the entire game by a mile. Like, we've already lost like 2 to 3 times this stream to Beatrix. Not to like Takshaka Beatrix or like Stellarex Beatrix, literally just Beatrix. Like Leprechaun Beatrix. Oh, so hello Tyrion, welcome, welcome. Let's go check our points. We're still trying to stay at the 5,700 range. Don't want to overshoot it. I already almost overshot it. Good thing I checked. All right, well, we're done with PvP. Nice. Oh, you know why? It's been wow, how has it been so long? Wow, the second half of this stream just flew by. It's already been like 40 minutes since we started doing the PvP grind. Or at least half an hour. Wow, that flew by like nothing. Time, why are you moving so quick today? Honestly, this whole day went by super quick. I feel like today has been like 6 hours long. And it's weird because I actually woke up really early this morning. I woke up at like 7, which for me is early. I know for some people 7 a.m. might not sound early. But for me these days, waking up at 7 a.m. is like waking up at like 4 a.m. Like that's my early these days. I guess that's our last goal, wasn't it? Are we done? I kind of forgot. That was the last thing left. Anything that is money locked is the Death Knight armor and money locked weapons. Yes, that and a few cosmetic pets. Yeah, there's only 3 things. Some of the old $5 money locked weapons, which used to be free back in the day, but are currently now money locked. The Death Knight armor, which technically is just you get to grind quicker, as well as a little cosmetic armor. And then, yeah, a couple cosmetic pets that were either always money locked or are basically currently money locked because they're just too inconsistent to get otherwise. Anyways, guys, I think we'll end it there for now. We will be back tomorrow night. Main goal of tomorrow night is to grind the entirety of an hour of PvP using the PvP boost. But technically, it's an Anywheres boost, but we're going to be using it in PvP. And the main reason we're going to be doing it in PvP is to actually encourage us to go do an hour of PvP. because doing so will get us to hopefully there. Because honestly, that seems pretty easy. Hopefully we'll have a blood frenzy tomorrow, so we can do it with that. Because I only have to beat 14k. 14k is pretty free. Even if it's like 15k by tomorrow. Honestly, even first place is pretty free. But for second and third right now is ultra free right now. So we'll definitely make sure to do it. We do not end tomorrow's stream without having at least third place. Ideally second if this is going to be a similar number. But anyways, there is a small chance we will not be streaming tomorrow night. Just a heads up. We likely will be. However, there are two factors that can make it so we won't be tomorrow. One is, this is my mom's birthday tomorrow, so I will be celebrating that. And I'll be celebrating it later in the day because I'm going to have a dentist appointment earlier on in the day. So if that dentist appointment, if I still can't really talk properly because of whatever work they're doing, then I might not be able to stream tomorrow night. But also, if all that delays the celebrating of the birthday, I might also be busy with that, either out for dinner or something similar. So if that is the case, we might also not be streaming tomorrow. But we should hopefully be streaming tomorrow. But if we're not here, yeah, we'll be back on Friday. You know the drill. But yeah, we should be here tomorrow. But just a heads up, there is a chance we will just randomly not be here tomorrow. Well, we probably will be. But there is a chance we won't. So just a heads up on that. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll catch you guys soon. Thank you so much for stopping by. And goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.